Vegans are extremists. They're just crazy, some non-vegans say. And some athletes go like, yo, look at these muscles. You know how to get them? Protein from animal products, bro. And even some normal people go like, I never go vegan. I love the taste of cheese far too much for that. Or, I have no problem with you being vegan, but can you not force the views and just let me eat animal products whenever I want? Because that's personal choice, right? Or maybe there's someone who even thinks like, why can't I eat meat? Killing animals and eating them are a cycle of life. Just like lions eat gazelles and sharks eat fish, just like that. Why can't I? Well, honestly, I haven't given a lot of thought to what is veganism and their point of views and why they go vegans and stuff like that when I heard the terminology of veganism for the first time. Which is very shameful because, like, in general, like, not trying to understand or like refusing to know something that seems irrelevant to you are such a self-centered behaviors, right? That's basically what I was doing at the time. This being said, growing up, I was a huge fish eater because my dad works as a chef. Actually, my great-grandpa started the business in 1927, which has been 95 years already. So I used to eat a lot of fish. On top of that, I grew up eating a lot of meat, like fried chicken and hams and beef curries. Oh my god, beef curry. I miss the beef curry my mom used to make for me. Oh, I also used to eat 5 eggs a day when I played baseball during high school. That's basically the environment where I grew up. And I was thinking like practicing veganism or like going vegan are the least interesting things I want to try in my life. But somehow I've attempted having more plant-based diet for my meal than I used to lately. What on earth is happening, right? I've cut back on my meat consumption and I've opted to have soy milk instead of cow's milk and soy protein powder instead of white protein powder. So this is something that I want to talk with you guys about today. The purpose of making this video is to share what has been changing my perspective of all the animals we consume so that non-vegan who are in the same situation as me might be able to get an opportunity to pause for a bit to dwell on what we have done to animals. So this video is not going to be like any types of debate between a vegan and non-vegan or like about me, like showing off the knowledge I've learned for the last couple months or like forcing you to go vegan or anything like that. But just want to share my journey, taking me wherever the veganism thing is going to take me. And just for clarification though, I am still a huge meat eater and to clarify my current stance clearly, let me do a little animation here, okay? So, alright. So my journey. Alright, so I am currently at right here, in which I've been consuming a lot of animal products while feeling like guilty conscious. When I look inside the fridge and there's a chunk of meat and making food with it while feeling like I'm so sorry for them. However, I've not been able to like stop consuming animal products because of my lack of knowledge of vegan recipe and my concern about the amount of protein that I can take from plant-based diets in order to maintain my muscle mass as well. So basically I'm in a hypocritical situation right now, which feels like really suffocating. So my intention to be at is right here, which is no more animal based diet and less animal suffering and helping environment as well. So to get here from here, I think a whole lot more research needs to be done because I don't want to be half-hearted. Maybe I have to count on my vegan friends as well, but I'm not doing this for like making myself feel good, like I'm doing right things or whatever. I want to do this because I genuinely want to reduce animal suffering and alleviate the cruelty that we have done towards animals. But hey Masaya, I still don't get what changed your perspective in the first place though. So the first spark of inspiration to think about veganism deeply was when I joined in a volunteer activity called Sunday Pick Me Up, which is picking up trash and clean up street in Sunday morning. And I met a lot of like-minded people who trying to contribute to society. And throughout that activity, one of the vegans came up to me and taught me a devastating fact, which is factory farming, contributes to climate change more than all forms of transportation combined, and is also responsible for deforestation and pollutions and carbon emissions, etc. I was like, how is it possible? I wasn't even aware of this. So right after I went back home, and I sat in front of PC and spent the rest of the day to research on like how much the factory farming and animal agriculture have an impact on this planet. And I discovered that it takes 2,500 gallons of water to produce just 1 pound of beef, and eggs is 477 gallons of water. And I was like, that's fucked up. And being like, we are already this far down rabbit hole, so what can we actually do? And what I thought is living vegan lifestyle is the most effective and powerful things that we can do for environment. And since that day, I've got deep into the research of veganism. And one weekend, I discovered a British veganism educator / activist named Ed Winters on TED Talk. And I was completely convinced by him that I cannot morally justify taking animals' life from them. Before I found him, I was thinking it's acceptable to consume animal products as long as you sincerely appreciate the sacrificed animal to be our nourishment and nutrition for our lives. In fact, we Japanese have traditional habit, which is putting our palms together and closing our eyes and saying "itadakimasu" before the meal and "gochusou-sama deshita" after the meal, which is showing our appreciation and respect to every ingredient and people involved for the preparation for the meal. So I was thinking that we have a right to consume animal products, until I discovered some repulsive and devastating and cruel things is happening to animals. So dairy cows are forcibly impregnated, and their baby will be taken away from them within 24 hours so that the farmer can sell more milk. And that process will repeat and over until they get too weak to give birth, and they will be taken to the slaughterhouse and killed. And in egg industry, male chicks are useless because they don't lay eggs and they don't grow to be the same size as chicken we raise for meat, so they're killed as soon as they're born. And I watched a video showing a way of killing them called chick killing. Thousands of male chicks are ruthlessly tossed into a giant grinder, and I saw that they're trying to live hard just like humans, baby, like figuring out how to breathe right after they're born. And I saw the moment of male chicks flapping their tiny wings when they're falling into the machines. And I started to blame myself that I haven't dwelling on the obvious reality that every one of these animals we consume are exploited and killed. It was always disconnected, an abstract fact of eating meat. Well, that's pretty much all about how my perspective has been changed, and the reason why I'm trying to adapt to the vegan lifestyle. Well, if you are in the same situation, or if you empathize with me even a little bit through this video, why don't we do more research together and take an action together? Because that's my journey, and I'm always welcoming you to be, my crewmate for my journey. Well, I'm not sure when I'm gonna make that video about this topic next time, but I would definitely do it whenever there's an update in terms of my health and the change of my body and recipe for my meal and stuff like that. So I'd appreciate if you wait until then, and hopefully this video will give you a little bit of spark of inspiration, just like I got from my friend. So yeah, I'll definitely keep updating, and once again, if you like to join my journey, I'm always welcoming you. Then it's gonna be our journey, not my journey anymore. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.